welcome back to my channel. My name is Desiree and today's look is going to be on this golden fairy skull. Jumping right in, we're going to take some really light foundation and the NYX Pro Foundation Mixer in white. And I'm just going to start mixing both of those shades together. And then we're going to start applying the foundation with a very dense brush. And then I'm going to take a beauty blender or a beauty sponge right after this just to blend everything out a little bit further. But it really doesn't have to be perfect. Now I'm going to take some white cream makeup and I'm going to use this as my highlight. I'm also going to place this on my brows just to try and conceal them a little bit better. So I'm just going to place this on the highest points of my face, my neck, and my chest, and then blend it out with a sponge. And then anytime you're using any type of cream makeup, make sure that you set everything. I'm just using some translucent powder from Mayron Makeup. Now I'm just going to take a lip liner. This part here is definitely up to your interpretation. You can change it however you like. These are just the shapes and the actual sizes of the shapes that I like on my face. So what I do is I start creating some circles around the eyes to create the base for our skull-like features. And then of course we go in with the nose and then the mouth area as well. On the forehead here, I did decide to do a spiderweb effect, so I started by doing a line down the middle and then somewhat like a gem shape in the center of my head, and then I started to extend those lines outward and then doing these little U-C shapes going upward. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do a spiderweb by now. So next we're going to use this palette from ColourPop Cosmetics. It's called Soul. It's one of my favorite palettes ever because it has a bunch of different oranges, which is, by the way, my favorite color. So if you're trying to buy me something, buy orange. Okay? Anyway, now we're just going to go in and start shading in all of these lines that we created really roughly, not really precise at all. It's going to move the actual pencil itself, which is fine. I just wanted to have a little bit of depth underneath before I start applying all of my details on top. So now I'm going to go in with the brightest orange in the palette and pack that onto my lid. Inside the circle that we made earlier, this is where I want the most of my color. So I'm going to do that on my eyes and then my nose, around my mouth, and then just kind of putting that color everywhere just to blend everything in. Now to highlight, I'm going to take this Mayron highlight palette. I will name the name, or I will place the name down below, not name the name. You know what I mean. Anyway, I'm just going to put this all over the highest points of my face. This is a very white highlight, so use it as much as you want. Alright, so next I'm going to take some Mayron Aqua Color Paints, which is a water activated face paint. And I'm just going to start going over all of the designs that I previously made. This is kind of like your do or die moment because once you start adding this black color, it's going to be very hard to go in and fix it. So be very careful and make sure that that's the design that you want. Once I've done that, I'm just going to go in and add some extra details. This is why I'm saying it's pretty much up to your interpretation. You can pretty much do any type of style here. These are just the shapes and the sizes that I like to use in when I'm painting. So this is just kind of like a reference for you. Do whatever you want. For the eyes, we are going to start outlining that circle that we created earlier, and I decided to stick with the whole spiderweb theme, so I am going to do a spiderweb shape around my eye. So the first thing you're going to do is just start to place down some lines going outward and then doing the exact same shape for my spiderweb, but I'm actually going to do a web, I guess, a spun web. Or what is it called? I don't know what it's called. Anyways, I'm going to do like a row of black and then a row of gold and then a row of black. You'll see. Now for the gold accents, I'm going to use some Mayron mixing liquid as well as some Sugar Pearl Goldilux powder. And I'm just going to mix both of those and create this really pretty subtle gold. This is what I meant by I'm going to do a line of black, a line of gold, and then a line of black again. I really wanted those gold accents to start standing out. Here we're just going to fill this in. I also went into the spider web on my head and I did some accents of gold in there as well. Now I'm just creating some dots around the eyes. Like I said, you can do what I'm doing or you cannot do what I'm doing, whatever you'd like. I'm just showing you what I did and how I did it. Not really why I did it, just how. Okay? Now for the lips, I'm going to take this orange lipstick from Fenty Beauty. It's called Mattemoiselle, or I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's Mattemoiselle? Mattemoiselle. I'm just going to place this all over my lips, and then I'm going to go back into the ColourPop palette, and then I'm just going to place some of that really bright orange on top of it, as well as some shimmery orange that is in the palette as well. So now we're going to do the skull teeth. I have a ton of videos on how to do these exact teeth in depth, but just a quick rundown, I'm going to take a line from the inner part of my mouth and drag it outward. And then we're going to start creating some scallop shapes around the jawline here, adding some little classic designs and random designs as well. And then we definitely can't forget the gold accent, so I'm just going to start filling in any empty spots that I feel need more color, as well as just adding the gold everywhere I feel fit. And then we are going to take some black eyeshadow to start creating some shading or some depth. So we're going to put it in where the jawline is and around the eyes as well. And then once you finish all of your shading, I did add on my wig. I'm going to pop on some contacts. These are from Camo Eyes. These are the white mesh contacts. I do, however, remember these being a little bit brighter. Right here, they look a little bit gray, kind of like a blind tone, but they did the job. And that pretty much concludes my tutorial for today. Thank you guys as always for watching. If you happen to recreate any of my looks or take any bits and pieces of anything that I've created before, definitely don't forget to tag us. Until next time, we'll see you in our next video. Love you. Ciao.